We're live again. Evolutionary Healer TV, 12 Days to Release, Day 8. I'm your host, Terry Earthwind Nichols, along with
Linda Vetras Nichols.
And again, welcome. Talk about victim mentality, being a victim tonight. What's some of the stuff around that? Where does this come from, right? We're going to start tonight reading from our free journal that's available on our website, evolutionaryhealer.com/the CR process. You can get the journal for yourself if you like. One of the people in there, one of our clients, has a very interesting piece on this. And so here's what he had to say. Journaling is no longer a burden. Knowing I'm going to do this is having me pay attention to what's going on minute by minute. I've released the bullies. Lifelong victim here. I've released the bullies. It only took just choosing to do it. I won't forget them, but I'm no longer bound by them. Think about that for a second. Caught myself last night getting upset about workload and then stopped. Chose it as what my life looks like when I'm up to the big things. Then chose to not be depressed. That's a biggie. The annoyance stopped completely when I made that choice. Very, very nice. Very important.
And the best part?
And the best part, I went to bed without a depression.
Nice.
Awesome.
Love that.
Awesome. So what does that mean in your life? It can be victimization, can mean anything. Somebody bumped into you. A friend of mine, somebody scraped up the side of her car where it was parked this afternoon. They had, there must have been some witnesses because they got out and left a phone number in the windshield under the wiper. But nobody answers the phone number. So I just told her, you know, you can play victim to that, or you can just think that, you know, it's a pay as you go phone or something like that, and you just keep calling it. And you don't make it your victimization. It's an opportunity to reach out and help somebody who's then going to help you fix your car, obviously. So, Linda?
Victimization is also about story, as you're, you know, kind of building there, you know? So what story you build around what has happened to you. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You know, my car got scratched today. Statement. I'm just so upset again. The world has just thrown this on me. Now somebody scratched my car. I don't know what I'm going to do next. Victimization. Okay, huge difference. Like our friend here that I read you about just a few minutes ago. No, we're not doing that. I'm not doing that. And he went to bed without depression. How powerful is that? I know how it is. I'm a client too. We're not the hair club, but I'm a client. We all are. All of our practitioners are clients, okay? There is no better way for a CR practitioner to help you than to have already been through it themselves and understand from the inside out what it's all about. So yeah, Linda?
Well, I know when clients go through the CR process, they just gain so much peace and calm and relaxation. They just sort of, you know, melt into their chair. And the next thing they seem to think about is, wow, they want other people to feel that as well, and inquire about our classes to become a CR practitioner.
Yeah. Obviously, you got to be a client first. But we do have some practitioners who approached us after we spoke at different conferences and said, I want to do this. So great. This is the way you do it. You go through the CR process. As soon as you're done with that, we take you through the training, which is online, just like we're doing right now. And then we work with you for a year very closely, monthly. So we want you to be successful. We want you to be able to go out there and do it. Okay. You know, one of the things that's really consistent about the feedback of our new practitioners is the fact in a session, when you're in the CR session, you can't do anything wrong because there's no emotion attached to what you're doing. The client is just sitting there like this, talking about a memory, but instead of talking about the memory, they're giving us an itemization of their senses. What do you smell? I smell bread, I smell frying grease, and I'm in grandma's kitchen. So I expect to smell that. But then all of a sudden I smell dust. Maybe not dust in grandmother's kitchen. So that's something for us to pay attention to. And little hints like that come out later on. What do you hear? The memory has nothing to do with the vicinity of a road or automobiles, but yet there was a car horn. Huh? Okay, so those are things that we look for. And there's certain things that we do when we watch the person, how they handle their head, where they go with stress when they start talking about a person. Do they touch themselves and cuddle themselves? There's things that we call this involuntary movement of voluntary muscles. So we could stretch this into 3 hours. So we're not going to. Final comments tonight about victimization.
Well, it's definitely about blaming others and not taking responsibility for oneself as well.
Right.
Mm-hmm. You can be a victim of your circumstances, sure. You can. A victimization can happen. It has happened to any human being. It's what you do with that story, how you reframe that story, exactly, and how you move on from that story that puts you into victim mentality or not.
Absolutely. 8 days towards our 12 days to relief. This was day 8. Thanks for joining. Reach out to us if you have any comments or anything or would like to talk to us. We're right here and we're always online. Good night.
Good night.